Hello, everyone. Welcome to. I don't even know what episode this is of Working Title because this is supposed to be the episode I upload after the last one, even though I recorded one that I'm not very happy with and might not upload. But if I do, like, the topic is where do ideas come from? And if you want to see that train smash, then just comment below and I might just upload it. But I'm going to start off, I think the reason that one didn't start, I don't know, just a lot of things. New ring light, number one, so expect more of these. Yeah, so up today I'm going to be talking about strategy and design. I'm just going to get straight to it. I want to try as much as possible with this new list of videos that I'm going to do to get straight to the point. And what we're talking about is strategy and design. If any of you saw the video that I posted onto my stories with Royd Katesa, shout out Royd, where we talked about the importance of strategy and design and why you need it. And just see that video if you can, but I'll just give the short version, which is the importance of strategy and design is that it provides a context for the design. And now we'll get into the details. Now the news in details. So, did we even roll the intro? Roll the intro! And we're back. So, the importance of strategy. First of all, what is strategy? Strategy is, to really oversimplify, is the thought process that goes behind any particular activity. And I'm sure you may Google that and find something that is along the same lines, but basically strategy is the plan for how you intend to execute anything. And in design, this is a very important aspect because when you're designing, it's always for the purpose of communicating something, and whatever it is you're trying to communicate needs to have, first of all, an intended audience and an intended goal of what you want that audience to do. And then there's other parameters that get involved when you go into the more advanced segments of design and things like that. And basically, if you are going to send out a message, you need to know who you're talking to, what you're telling them, how you're going to tell it to them, what you want them to do once they've heard it, and basically just why you're saying it. Because if I'm sitting here uploading random videos of me sitting on a chair without any intended audience, then it's pointless. All I'm doing is, and the best example I always use is art versus design. Art, you create something, put it out there, and then someone finds value in it, like they create the value for it. That's why art is so subjective. It's because you derive whatever meaning you want from it that you decide. So a painting can mean 5 different things to 5 different people. Heck, a painting can mean 5 different things to the same one person. But design, it's supposed to narrow down what it means to the people that it's being targeted at. So, for instance, I'll talk about Colgate. Colgate's messaging is clean your teeth. You need to brush your teeth. And so they will talk about it's healthier if you brush your teeth. You have a brighter smile. If they want to go even a bit more abstract, they'll talk about what it is that the having clean teeth does for you. So having a better smile makes you happier, or it makes you have better friends, and they'll sell friendship when the core message is having clean teeth. And therefore, when you're designing something for Colgate under the context of clean teeth are good for you, or we want you to have clean teeth, then the design will speak to that context, as opposed to if it were an art piece about clean teeth, you could actually put out a picture, you could paint or put buildings, or you could use anything to talk about clean teeth. And maybe that's not even what you're drawing, but someone can derive the aspect of clean teeth from your painting. So the difference between the art and design is that design has some thought process behind it that And I'm not saying art doesn't have any thought process, but the design is more targeted towards an audience to say this is who we're designing this for, this is who we want to talk to. So for instance, the strategy behind the design of these videos that I do is targeted towards young designers, seasoned designers even, or people who just want to figure out or understand more about the creative industry, the advertising industry, marketing industry, and basically people who are curious about what it is that we designers do. So the goal is to educate and inform more people out there about what it is that we do and why we do things. So having that audience in mind, now I think about what is the messaging that I want to send out, and what kind of things will you find valuable. And that's why I talk about the different aspects of the things. Like everything I pick is in the hopes that you find value from it and be able to become either a better creative or a better client even, because most of the people that we work with are clients. Everyone is a client, and if you ever interact, which you will, if you ever interact with design, graphic design or marketing at any point in your life, it's good to understand some of the reasons why people do these things, because sometimes we get very interesting requests in terms of what we should be creating and sending out to the people, what we're communicating, without really having to ask the question of why are we doing what we're doing. So strategy gives the why to design. It answers the very important question of why are you making this piece of artwork. So in everything that you're doing, if you're creating a logo, why? You want to create a visual brand, you want to create a visual language for your brand, you want to have a strong impression on the market, and you also want to stand out from your competitors by having a unique mark. And in that context, the strategy of it is we need a logo that looks like this, that has these colors, so that it elicits these kinds of responses from the audience. Because if you remember when I was introducing, you have an audience, you have what you want to say to them, and you also have what you want them to do once they've heard what it is that you want to say. So strategy gives you that context. It builds on the design and gives it meaning, so that you understand why you're doing what you're doing and how best to get that message across. And that's the most important aspect. It's very funny how I always get the actual words to communicate what it is I want to say towards the end. It's that strategy allows you to get the best out of your design. That way, when you design, you know who you're targeting and what you want them to understand, how they're going to respond to it, with either data that gets you more impact for that design. Otherwise, without strategy, you might get them, you might not, because there's no thought process. You don't know who you're talking to. So the people you want to talk to may see what it is that may see what you're trying to communicate, but they might not know what to do afterwards, which is why, just as a pro tip, whatever you're communicating should have what we call in the biz a call to action. And that call to action is basically what you want them to do. So this could be visit our website, this could be subscribe to all my channels, because I post this on all of them. I post it on Facebook. I know because of the duration, I might not put it up on IG Live, but I definitely post it on Facebook and YouTube, so you need to be subscribed to that. I upload to YouTube first before taking it to Facebook, so if you want to get this information before anyone else does, you go to YouTube first. And that's the call to action. And the message is, stay creative, everyone. I'll see you next week. All right.